I've been growing vegetables both outdoors and in my grow closet. I've grown kale, collard greens, arugula, spinach, basil, and other leafy greens. I use these in different ways that you'll see in this video. Lettuces like this romaine are good to grow indoors, but I find that they bolt too quickly. I'll admit I'm not too interested in growing salad lettuce. I'm more into heavier greens that are added as a layer in the dishes that I cook, so I'll give you some examples of that if you stay tuned. This is me in the closet picking some kale and picking collard greens while trying to record. I'm using my collards in this Italian wedding soup. I always add veggies in the last step so they keep their texture and nutrition.
He does these missions across Scotland.
This is cavatappi pasta with some shrimp, red onions, sun-dried tomatoes, and kale. It was so good. Here's a couple of my other favorites. Nothing? Even Cookie seems to like the roasted kale. This omelet was made with homegrown tomatoes, jalapenos, and spinach. We eat plenty of these. I harvest these leafy greens as early as possible. These are only a few weeks old. And I stop harvesting when the plant is too old. Here's a kale plant that I picked from several times. You can tell by the number of calluses on the stem that I pick from this regularly. I'm sorry, Cookie, we pick from this regularly. Same with this collard plant. So I sow more seeds to keep them coming, so I'll always have some. You can probably recognize these, but I'm growing kale and basil. I think I got everything I wanted. I think I got enough. That's enough. This is all kale, and this is arugula. I picked from every kale plant except 2 because I want to make sure that there's some left for the next week or so. So I picked from this guy and these 3. And that's what's left. And this is what's for dinner.
Very important that, because obviously with no rules gardening,
I compare indoor and outdoor grown, but this is a comparison of the medium in which it grows. On the left, there are 2 kale plants that are exactly the same age. One grown in a pot and the other was grown in regular tap water. As you can see, there is a big difference in size. The photo on the right shows the results after the hydroponic plant is fed the proper hydroponic nutrients instead of tap water. And that's what made it grow. What's interesting is how hydroponic plants will survive in plain tap water, but they won't grow into full maturity until you give it the proper nutrients. And speaking of nutrients, you'll want to make sure your plants aren't running out. This can happen if your plants are aggressive drinkers, like this arugula. Always remember to refill. I also trim the roots to avoid clogging the jar. I just cut them with scissors, which doesn't harm the plant at all, and in fact, this encourages new root growth. You can see the old areas that are darker and the white roots emerging from the area that was cut. I'll leave y'all with this last bit of inspiration. This is a salmon fillet with collard greens and a beurre blanc sauce over rice. I hope this video encourages you to try some homegrown ingredients in your cooking. Thanks for watching.